remember that commercial or that song where like this high pitched voice is just going on about hamburgers, root beer,
Hamburgers?
hamburgers, and whoop beer.
Oh.
Don't want any hamburger. I gotta look it up because it is one of those stupid, 90s brain rot type things.
Those were the best
Those
commercials.
were the best
It's like
things.
the
Like
Super Bowl commercials.
I don't
Used
even
to be so
remember
good.
I don't even remember where I found it. I want to say it had to have been like online or something, or it could have been a like TV commercial. But I just remember this stupid high pitched voice just saying hamburgers and whoop beer, like A&W. And that's what they decided. That's what it meant: hamburgers and whoop beer. And I don't even. I just remember this high pitched voice just saying it, and I'm not going to try and recreate it again because it embarrassed me. And but I don't know. It just made me think of going to Long John Silver's and getting some A&W root beer from the
Some
tap.
hamburgers and
Some
beer.
hamburgers and whoop beer from the tap.
They don't have the tap no more.
They don't have the tap anymore?
No, the other day when I went to the Bluff with my mom, we went around. We stopped at Long John Silver's A&W.
Really?
They didn't. They had me the little mug thing. I was like, okay. I went over there and looked. I was like,
Didn't like that was better than like fountain sodas.
yeah, no, you had to get it out of the little fountain.
Well, that's a rip off.
It was.
I'm never going back.
I'm still going back. I like their food. I like their hamburgers. I don't eat their hamburgers. I like the fish.
The fish is good.
Fish and shrimp.
We could get fish at Iron Horse though. I mean, we don't. Or we could just get fish at fishing if we catch any.
Well, then that means you got to be good at fishing.
I remember the last time we went fishing and actually caught a good catch. That day when we caught everything, I had the table set up out in the backyard, and our middle one came out. And she was like, "What are you doing?" And I told her, I was about to start cleaning the fish, and I asked her, you want to help? And she was like, "Yeah." And so I was like, "Do you know how to clean a fish?" Because we were cleaning the catfish and such. And she was like, "No." So I was like, "Okay, so what you do is you take this mallet, you take the fish, and you bash it on the head." And she was like, "Nope." And she just took off running, back into the house.
I think of the whole family, she's like probably the best fish. Caught probably more fish.
She has caught more fish than anybody else in the family besides, us. But out of the kids,
more than me
now, she does. But
so impatient. Like
I think it also doesn't help that the place that the little lake that we go to doesn't really stay stocked, except for I think the only reason we caught so much that day was because
they had just filled it up.
They just filled it up for the upcoming fishing derby.
I wouldn't mind going back on that boat out at Walcott or Rose Ridge or whatever.
That'd be kind of fun.
I like that.
And there's otters.
There's otters.
Yeah, I had no idea there were otters in that little lake, and it was the coolest thing just to see a live otter.
I just wish
outside of a zoo
so much all the time in it.
Yeah, it was very windy that day though.
Yeah, and then the time I took our oldest out there, and then of course she can't paddle.
So you were paddling by yourself.
Back there just trying to get it, trying to keep it still and stuff. It was so hot, and she couldn't help any. That was a workout. We got clear on the other side of the lake, and I was hand paddling.
Yeah, no, that's how it was with us too.
But at least we both could paddle.
We both could paddle, but
I'll start paddle and steer and everything.
We would be fishing, and then all of a sudden we realized we're getting too close, so we'd have to reel back in and go back over.
Because they have that big log thing over there in the water where we kept going to. Probably wouldn't have been so bad. We could just sit there on the banks. The boat had that big old log and all the other stuff underneath.
See, we need an anchor.
But we don't have a boat to just put an anchor on. We have to use their boat. And I don't want to just be like, all right, we brought our own anchor.
We brought an anchor. Just random freaking
Next time we go up there, we're like, how deep is it? So we're going to make an anchor and bring it down. You imagine
the look on their faces would be priceless, I'm sure.
Yeah, it would be. I wouldn't mind trying to take the dogs out there, but I'm afraid they're too stupid.
I would not want to take the dogs out there, I don't think.
In it. Especially on that boat, since it's all metal, they'd get hot. Up a padding and
Not just that, but if they did jump out, I don't want to tip the boat just to get them back in.
I don't think Trixie would jump out. She doesn't like water.
I don't know. She's an idiot.
Probably try to be like, I messed up, guys.
Yeah.
I messed up.
But yeah. I could see her regretting her choices and jumping in just because.
Maybe when Jolene's a little bit older or trained, maybe we could take them Reynolds, go fishing there on the deck or something.
Yeah, maybe.
And not actually in the water. I'm even out at Curly's Ridge. They have that little deck over there.
It's going to turn into one person gets to fish, one person gets to supervise
That's how it is
the
with
kids
the kids
and
anyways.
the dogs.
Anytime we take the kids, it's always one person gets to fish and the other has to come baiting the hook. And
yep. And if you're lucky, every so often you'll notice, oh crap, I'm getting a bite, and then you'd have to hurry up and finish what you're doing, not get stabbed by the hook, and then.
Or the kid's like, I got a bite, and you're like, okay, and then you got to help them. It is
good
what it is.
Time. Good times.
It's just more peaceful when it's just us, just out there, and
but it's also fun with the kids.
It is
because teaching them how to fish, and eventually they'll know, how to actually do it. And when they reel in their first fish by themselves, it's going to be the best feeling for them.
It's like our middle child when she caught her first fish, and like nobody else had caught a fish that day. So excited!
Oh yeah,
she was like, "It's a fish."
I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. No, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Hold her pole with the fish as far out. So like, I did it. It's like good.
I always had my grandma, my grandpa, my mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncle. Like,
I would have thought my grandma would. My grandma and grandpa, they love to eat.
Yeah,
it's like that was our Sunday dinner. A lot of times, go up.
I mean, I also like to eat deer, but I don't go deer hunting. So I mean,
I don't go hunting either. But
I mean,
deer is all right if it's all right.
If it's gotta be bled properly and such.
I don't know. I know when we soak ours with when we got the meat, putting the A1 sauce in it before we cooked helped a lot. Just give it more juice. Otherwise, it's just like.
I'm sure you've probably offended somebody who eats deer meat. Like
maybe, but it just seems too dry without it. Because I know we've done it before.
I think it's all in the preparation.
Maybe I don't know.
It's got to be all in the preparation.
I know for us, the way that we've done it, we don't know how.
We also don't know how to cook it.
I know, but when we cooked it,
suck at burgers and steak. We can't cook meat. We can cook chicken and turkey, and we can bake stuff. We can crock pot a ham, but
we can bake it in crock pot, but actually cooking it on the grill or on
something
oven top.
That I'm just sad about.
It's like every grill we've had that one.
Every grill, the whole, all of the one
that was given to us doesn't want to work very well.
It wasn't even given to us. It's lived there since we got here, right?
No, Cooper and them gave it to us.
Oh,
they gave us the broken sandbox.
There's a puppy.
There's a puppy just sitting at the door.
Look over. There's a dog just right there.
She wasn't there a second ago. Oh, I know. She's like, hey guys.
She's like, y'all noticed me.
Hey, Jolene.
Well, Trixie wants to come in too.
Hi, bye-byes.
Good puppies.
You tired of watching the squirrels?
Good puppies.
Oh, okay, you gotta move. Let me sit.
You can't be in every video, but do you want to be in the video?
No. Because I'm sure she's all muddy again.
I guarantee she's muddy.
I can smell the wet dog smell.
I'm glad that all I can smell is onions for the most part. COVID really ruined my nose.
Yeah.
COVID ruined a lot of things. It just made.
I think
people just. I think what happened was people got cabin fever, and then their brains just never switched out of the insanity that is cabin fever. And I think that's probably what happened. People just went nuts, and now they're out, they're loose, and they don't know what to do about it anymore. But I grew up on like 40 acres of land, and we had two good-sized ponds that mom and dad would get professionally filled and such all the time. Well, they wouldn't professionally fill it, but the fish would do what animals do. Fish would do what fish do, and they kept spawning and such, and it was very well stocked and all of that. Just because we didn't go out there all the time to fish, but when we did, we'd catch good fish. We had 3 ponds that we tried to keep stocked, but the ducks kind of took one over, and they just kept eating all the eggs, and eventually the fish just died out because the ducks took over. It became the duck pond.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun to fake, ice skate on the duck pond though in the winter because all of that. Then my aunt and uncle have the pond that they built.
Yeah,
so
we went out there one time with the kids, and they had like itty bitty little fish.
Yeah, that's because the big ones were not close to us. My uncle's got some big catfish out there.
I think he was telling me about it.
Yeah, and his only stipulation is don't catch the albinos because
I remember that.
That's his favorite ones. But
remember
we've always been fishing. Like I've been fishing since I was a little kid.
I remember our oldest when we lived at your dad's house, in between home before we got this. We'd stick her fingers in the little fish tank and let the little fishies nibble on them. And she just thought that was the fun.
The overpopulated guppy tank.
Yeah, she'd stick her fingers in there and they start nibbling on her. She just start cracking up laughing.
Yeah, with babies though, it's easy to make them giggle.
Or, well, are you tired?
She saw squirrels out there. She had to watch them, and it wore her out.
Oh,
poor doggies.
They're both just staring at it.
Bless their hearts.
I can go to sleep. We'll let you.
Poor things.
Oh, maybe sometime we'll take y'all on some.
Eventually.
Go hiking again.
Bit me. Surprised he didn't wake up when I got up early this morning.
I didn't.
I'm really surprised.
I woke up at one point. I think he was on the phone or something. I guess I fell asleep. I know when I woke up with her, 2:30 maybe. I don't know what time it was.
2 or 3.
It was 2 something. Or whatever. I heard some noise. At first I thought it was the cats while I was let her go potty.
I got up and I got my Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I heard some noise. I thought it was the cats running around or whatever. That's the only time they get to be free. So when dogs are asleep. And then I turned around and he was at the fridge.
I was so fucking thirsty. I was so freaking thirsty because I woke up, I had to use the bathroom, and then I was like, I had like the worst thirst ever. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get me something to drink. I got me something to drink. Drank the entire glass. And then finally fell back asleep and woke up at like a little after 4 to the opener didn't show up. Can you come in as soon as you can? And I was like, yep. And then they hung up. And I got up and got dressed and went to work. Came home and ran into the house because I had
that house.
The house. The one. But anyway, I ran in there because I had to use the bathroom. It was.
I remember waking up.
I wasn't gone for very long. But
I remember waking up somewhat to talking on the phone to somebody. And then I was asleep, and then I woke up to the alarm, and you wasn't in bed, and I was like, all right, she's still at work, I guess. I figured that's what was happening. I got up.
And I was in the house?
Yeah, I woke up and came out, and then the living room light was on, and you were sitting on the couch just like, whatever. Kids, get up.
Wake up.
It's funny. Kobe and others. I'm like, Kobe, he didn't really look funny when he woke up. He just did his normal get up and just kind of veer off into the void.
I mean, that's a good time to wait. At first, when you're still not really there, but you're vertical, but you're not all there, and you're just like.
I know. I stay back there looking in their rooms until they are all at least.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, all
You've
right.
got to, because some other ones.
I'll get up.
See, I try that too, and sometimes I have to go back and check on Kobe. I have to check on Kobe because sometimes he does fall back into his bed.
He does that a lot. Usually, he's the first one that sits up for me, and I look back in the girls' room. They're just still laying there, and I have to repeat. I was like, "Get up! Get up!" And then they come up, and they're completely covered in the blanket. So all you see is this like blanket just sit up. And then they pull it off, and their hair is just all
everywhere. It's like Anya from Frozen.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you can get up now, or y'all are up. I can go. So then I go and come in here. About 20 minutes later, at least Kobe or Kita ain't in. All right, they're back. Gyro's probably in there. Whatever.
I like how Gyro go about her day and such, and everyone's still asleep, and she just doesn't say anything. Yeah. She just lets it happen. She's like, I don't care. It's not my responsibility, which it's not. But
I know Kita. She'll. I was like, Kobe's still in bed. But Gyro didn't get up.
She would. I don't know. That the one day that I had to get Kobe back up, Kita didn't tell me. I just realized. I realized Gyra was out in the living room and Kobe wasn't. Like both Gyra and Jakita were out in the living room and Kobe wasn't. And I was like, I bet he's still asleep. And I was like, is he still asleep? And they were like, yeah. Like, okay, I'll go wake him up.
I'm like, I don't want to wait for the bus with him. That's one less person I got to fight
That's
with.
one less person to fight for the first
who gets on the position. Bus first.
We have assigned seats, but by golly, I want to be the first one to my seat.
There's something.
It's.
I know Kobe's usually the first one that'll sit up and get up out of bed. Kita's always the first one in.
Yeah. I don't get it. I don't either. And Jaira's just doing her thing.
She doesn't come out until after I'm like, all right, go outside and wait for the bus.
And even then, it takes her
like another 5-10 minutes.
It takes her a minute.
Colin comes in here. It's like, hurry up.
Come on, buddy.
Oh, at times she's like, I tell you can wake me up earlier. I was like, you have a phone and a tablet. You can set your own alarm.
Yeah, she knows how to do that.
She used to do it. That one tablet that she had.
Oh, yeah, that one tablet where she had like 17 different alarms and
throughout
some of
the
them,
night.
Yeah, and some of them was like
2 o'clock in
set
the morning.
like 15 minutes apart. She would have it. Is stupid.
I bet it's for her to wake up in the middle of the night after everybody's asleep so she can play on her tablet for a little bit.
Yeah, but they were locked, so.
Smartest.
She's getting on there and playing on the calculator.
Oh.
Well, no, it's locked, so she can't. I don't know, but.
I don't know either. Maybe she's just doing it to get up and play with other stuff.
Use the light of the tablet to. There's no telling what she was doing, but she'll deny it.
Come in here.
She'll deny it to her dying day.
See her coming in here and watching TV with it muted. Can't hear anything, but she'll watch it.
I mean, you could turn the subtitles on. I leave the subtitles on for me, so.
I know. I don't like.
Get on my channel and just
watch
watch
subtitles.
I do.
Unless
I can't hear anyway. So
can't hear with those kids.
I know, and not just that, but I can't hear even without the kids. When I'm by myself, I still can't understand what people are saying. I can't read lips. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just read the letters.
If I have subtitles on, that's where my eyes just naturally go to the subtitles.
Yeah,
then I feel like I'm missing the actual show.
Yeah, but I could still kind of focus on.
I can't though. That's why I don't like them.
To each their own.
Whenever I watch something, I want to focus on what's happening. If it's subtitles, my brain's like, I got to read. I can hear perfectly fine, but I got to read. Make sure that these subtitles are right.
It was the subtitles that made you not be able to enjoy the Passion of the Christ, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I bet it's the subtitles. You couldn't know.
That or the fact that I passed out like 20,000 times. One of the two. I can't see blood. I passed out. That was stupid. We went, the church went with the youth group. I think a lot of the older people went because I know my mom went and stuff. And then, of course, being a dumb teenager, I'm like, hell yeah, I like movies. I'm going to sit front row. And it's there, and then it's all in Hebrew or whatever. I don't know what language. But none of it was English.
It might have been Hebrew.
And I was having to read it, and I was just like, get about halfway across the screen because she's like right here. It's front row. And
then
my neck it's changing. No, it changed. I was like only getting half of it, and then passed out.
Yep.
And I told my mom I passed out. She's like, "Oh, you didn't pass out." I was like, "I was half slapped in my chair, like right here," and I'll just be, I'm out. And I'd come to, and I'm like, "Nope, I'm back out."
When you told me that, when I learned that you couldn't see like anything like that in movies and such, and then I learned that you also watched Passion of the Christ with your church, I died laughing that day because I knew you didn't make it through that movie. Yeah. I've seen that movie. Like that movie.
Yeah, I didn't make it through hardly any of it. It's like a couple of times when I was
so I guess you probably got to watch like some of the actual dialogue scenes, but
yeah, like from the beginning when they're just talking, but once it got into it, nope. And my mom didn't even know about it at that point in the theaters, but it was like after it had came out on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
It's whenever my mom made me go get a CAT scan for my head.
Yeah.
Or because she thought something was wrong with me because it was, I don't remember when it was, but it was later after it came out on DVD. That Sunday morning before church, I can't deal with heat or whatever. I've always had it. I've always mentioned I had the heat stroke at utility, which really messed up my body, but I've had multiple smaller heat strokes my whole life because I get too hot too fast or whatever, especially if it's just a muggy area. And that's basically what happened. I was pooping. It takes me forever to poop.
It's probably because you were sitting so long. That causes you to pass out, right?
No,
yes, it does. It literally causes you to pass out.
It could, but I've never had that issue pooping before. But I was in there pooping, and my mom keeps her house so hot.
Yeah.
And muggy and stuff. In that tiny little bathroom. And I was in there that morning, and I was hot. I think she'd probably just taken a shower, or I had just taken one, so all that steam. And I was just burning up. And I strip down when I poop. You know this.
I know.
I was like, I gotta get comfy. If I'm gonna be here for a while, I'm getting comfy. It was so hot, and I was just
I'm here for a good time, not.
Yeah.
I'm here for a long time and a good time. By golly, you're going to get me in all my glory.
Yeah. I'm going to be Elvis Presley. I'm going to die on the floor, and people are going to be like, oh, God.
You better not.
You'd have to put me in some clothes first.
Oh, no. I'm going to let everyone see you in all your glory.
That'd be perfectly fine.
If that's how they have to see you. That's how they're going to see you.
I was in there, and I was starting to feel off and lightheaded and stuff because the heat. I got up, got done. I went to the kitchen because when I was there, I always tossed my clothes for the day over like a chair or the table or whatever. So I'd go in there and get dressed for whatever reason. My mom started that.
So you'd walk buck naked to
I had my underwear, boxers, or whatever on,
I was supposed to say, your naked ass just walking into the kitchen.
But no, like my shirt and my pants for the day.
I could see your mom like throwing a fit about that.
Oh, she's the one that always did it. That's where
she always went naked into the back kitchen.
No, I mean, she would always put my clothes. Well, because my mom had to do my laundry. I didn't
learning things about your family. Good Lord, nudist. Nothing wrong with that, but man.
No. But I went in there, I got my pants on or whatever, and I was getting my shirt on. I think it was my button-up shirt, like either fully buttoned or maybe it had little polo buttons or something. I don't know. I think it was the full button one. Maybe that plaid-looking one, the blue, white, whatever that I got.
Yeah.
Country style one, Western, whatever. I was buttoning it up, and I was really starting getting lightheaded. I just looked at my mom. I was like, I think I'm about to pass out. She's like, what? And I go to try to sit down because I can feel it when I know some people like, oh, how do you know you're about to pass out? I was like,
usually you can. I mean, everyone's different.
I was like, I can feel it. I was like, I can kind of feel the room just kind of start moving. I can feel the lightheadedness. I get this weird smell.
Oh, I know the feeling.
It almost smells like blood. It's got that metallic smell. I
passed out while I was doing career day at the vets. Yeah. So.
But I can kind of get that metallic smell of like blood almost in my nose and stuff. And I start kind of getting lightheaded. And I go to sit down or lay down or whatever. And I kind of turned to start going down. And that's when I passed out and I fell over, hit my head, all that stuff. I'm just laying in I come to, my mom's freaking out. This happened. Because that's why I don't like passing out in front of people. It's not that I'm embarrassed, but it's just like, I'm used to this.
Yeah.
Just back up. Let me lay here for a
minute. Leave me alone. Let me suffer for a minute.
I will be fine.
I'm okay.
Let's just let me lay here. I'll come to and all this. I don't think I'm out that long. So I was like, just let me be. So that happened that Sunday. I told her I got too hot, whatever. And she's like, all right. That Wednesday, that same week, at church, the youth, they was doing some type of message about this Passion of the Christ or something, but they was showing the clips. And,
so you saw the clips, and then
I knew they was going to show the clips and stuff. So I was like, all right, I know I'm going to pass out. So I was like, I'm just going to escort myself out or whatever beforehand. You know, I'm like,
why don't just close your eyes?
Because the sounds and stuff also can trigger me. So even just close my eyes because, like at the movie theater, I'd kind of house down. I was like, I'm going to pass out. I'm going to get comfortable, so I'm not falling out my seat.
Yeah,
this is already here. I'm not going to make a big scene about it or whatever. I'm just going to be here, close my eyes, whatever. It doesn't matter. I can hear it. So I was like, all right. So I got up when they talk about it and they started getting it all loaded up, and I went to the bathroom. I was like, I'm just going to sit in here for a little bit and wait. And I could kind of slightly hear it, but it was far enough away that it wasn't going to affect me. It was just kind of mostly muffled, but I could hear the loudness. So I was sitting there, and then kind of finally got quiet. And I was like, okay, done. And then I'd get up, and I'd go back in there. And about the time I got back to my seat and started sitting down, they started playing another clip, like immediately right there.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh. And then I just kind of try to turn to get up to act like I had to go to the bathroom again.
Yeah.
And then just into the floor. And then woke up, and then everybody, the lights are on because I had the lights off and shit, watching the clips. And the lights were all on, and everybody's hovering over me, freaking out. Had me with like a rag and stuff. I'm just like, So they told my mom, I was like, it's because of the blood. You know, I pass out when I see blood. I pass out when I get too hot. I have like little heat strokes. She said, no, there's something wrong with your brain. You need to go get it checked out. So we had to go to the doctor. I think she set me an appointment the next day or something to go. And they did a CAT scan, MRI, whatever thing. So,
all the brain
and then,
tests.
of course, I passed out there because they put the big old, needle that they put the dye in right there. And I was fine at first with that. And they put it in, did the whole CAT scan. I was perfectly fine.
Yeah.
They got done. Of course, I didn't watch them put the needle in. I never did. I guess. Nope. And I usually get lightheaded a little bit after, shots anyways. Usually if I'm laying down or whatever, I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here for a minute and then you passes. Don't pass out. But they did that and I just kind of have my head turned. Of course, I'm laying down on the little machine or table or whatever. And they get done and they're like, all right, you're done. We're gonna take it out. And I felt them mess with it, so I thought they pulled it out.
So
Because I couldn't really feel it in there. I could kind of feel the warmness of the dye or whatever. But I didn't feel it there. I just, felt the pain from where they put it in. And I wasn't looking, and I felt them kind of moving it or tugging on it, and they said they was done, and I thought it was done. I went to sit up, and I bent my arm, and it was still in there, and it pinched the nerve, and I was right back there. And then after that, they made me wear like a heart monitor thing, or whatever. Had like this little vest with the little machine box. So they had me put underneath my shirt and little stickies all over my chest and bag, and I was like, "You gotta wear this for 24 hours, and then we'll look at it and this and that." Art. And then
nothing came of it.
Yeah.
Nothing
so
came
I went
of
to
it.
school that day, had to wear that. I couldn't do anything in PE. I couldn't do
You weren't allowed to be too energetic for your heart.
Yeah. And all that kind of stuff. And then the next day we had to go back there and they took it and done it. And the doctor came in and was like, no, everything seems fine or whatever. He's like, what probably is something in his brain, whatever tells him when he sees blood that, he's got to be vertical or horizontal. And if he doesn't get horizontal fast enough, it's
going to make him.
So, like, all right. So ever since then, every time I feel it start coming on, of course, even then, I felt it coming on. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get down. That way I'm not falling all that weight.
And actually, potentially cause a medical emergency.
Yeah, I'm just going to lay there. And if I pass out, I'm already laying down. Then nothing's going to happen except I'm passed out.
Right.
I'm not going to fall and hit my head on the counter.
Because like then you would actually need to go to the hospital.
Because I fell and hit my head on the tub one time, 2nd grade. I had a splinter in my hand, my finger, and my mom pulled it out. And I had a little squirt of blood. It was like a really sharp pain or whatever. And I fell out in the bathroom because that's where we were sitting at. And I hit the toilet, I think, with my chest or shoulder or whatever. And my head hit the tub.
Oh.
Whenever I passed
Poor
out.
2nd grade, dear.
It's something.
Poor thing.
That whole ordeal. My mom made me wear that. And then after the doctor told her that, she's like, oh, just wasting money. And I was like, I told you the whole time what it was. We go through this.
She would just trust you.
I was like, this isn't the first
All she has to do is trust you.
I was like, if I get too hot, I pass out. Whenever I see blood and stuff, things like that, I pass out. Like, this. It's not like this is new to you.
But yeah, when I learned about your issue, and then you mentioned that you had to watch The Passion of the Christ with church, I was just like, how did that work?
Yeah.
Like I knew that didn't work because I've seen the movie. I know what happens in it. I know how awful it is, and I was like, how?
Yeah, I was like,
there's no way. There is no way you made it through that movie,
and I didn't
because you can't make it through like other movies and such that I want to watch with you.
Yeah, it's just like, damn. I was like, I would like to. It's like when I was younger, I tell people, I was like, when I was younger and I'd watch something, somebody gets shot or something in a movie, I'm like, that's not real. There's not blood. Give me blood. I want blood.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older and watch more of the rated R stuff with all the blood and gore, I'm just like,
it's because they make it so realistic nowadays too. Like that's, well, sorry to say, but I don't think you'll be able to watch Iron Lung with me.
I didn't figure I could. That's why I didn't go with you. That's why I didn't go.
Well, that's why I didn't invite you.
I'm fine with that. Like, yeah, no.
That's why I don't think you'll be able to watch it.
Oh, and it's like one of those things. Like, I don't understand the whole not seeing blood things. There's certain things, if it's cartoons, sure.
If it's bright red,
like the fake,
like obviously fake.
I watch some stuff that's like that, like the old, just barely colored TV things. Where I did that once in school, we had to watch something about Julius Caesar getting stabbed, and it wasn't quite black and white, but it was like the very grainy old.
If your brain can't tell that it's fake,
well, I could tell that it was fake, and like. I know. I tell people, I was like, I'm aware of movies that's fake.
Well, I mean, just because mentally you know
like
that the movies aren't real, but your brain has that kink in its in the
I guess
nerves.
Because we'd watch Face Off, and they do like horror stuff that was all blood. And I guess me watching them paint it or whatever, my brain's like, oh, okay,
yeah.
However, I was fine with that. Video games, I'm fine with. Usually my own blood.
I mean, it could be something like.
I think my own blood. It's more like survival mode. Like, I can't pass out because something's wrong.
I'm gonna die if I do.
Yeah,
like,
typhoid ill.
That's when the broccoli's gonna get me.
Broccoli's. But yeah, so I'm okay with that. And then certain movies like Final Destinations, those are very graphic at times, and I'm fine with that. Even with the sounds, sometimes those sounds are
I
very.
don't know. I mean, they're graphic, but it's not like
It looks
bloody
it looks
graphic.
yeah, it looks very CG.
Mhm.
But they have the little and slices noises and stuff. And
Mhm.
I don't know. I was like, certain things is all right with, and other things it's like no.
Yeah.
And then small blood like paper cuts, bloody nose. Um, there's like other times it's like no. It's like I don't understand.
Yeah.
like where the line is here, because I've seen some.
Your brain don't even know where the line is. It just
Yeah,
happens. It's
'cause,
just like, yep, here's the line.
So like
for
when we
now.
do watch a movie, I'll see it. I'm like, oh, I want to watch this. Like Until Dawn. I was like, I want to watch that. But then I was like, there's like exploding, there's blood, and I've seen like.
Were you
clips.
able to watch all of it?
Yeah, I can watch that just fine. Because I watched it myself. That's why I try to watch stuff like that I want to watch, but I'm not sure by myself. So I don't feel like I'm interrupting somebody else's. I know you say you don't care.
So you know, I don't care.
I know you told me that.
You can have your issue, and
but I don't want to be partway through and like, no, I got to turn type thing. Then I feel bad. So I was like, you watch it on your own if you want, or I'll watch it and then I'll watch it again. I'm fine watching movies multiple times.
That's a part of marriage and such. Sometimes you got to make some sacrifices.
Part of the marriage, your husband passes out at randomly. What is wrong with you?
Snorted.
Yeah, seeing all of her
or something.
Seeing all of her legs
She's having a good dream. She's having a real good dream, and then she snorted. But I mean, that's just part of being married and such. There's some things you got to have compromise somewhere. That's our compromise. I don't get to watch the good movies with you.
Some people just like, you watch it with me, I'm gonna watch it. Dad wanted me to watch Rambo.
Dad really wanted to watch Rambo with you.
I'm like, I don't know.
He wouldn't have actually forced you to watch Rambo.
Yeah. I didn't try to stay away from her. I mean, he was in the living room or whatever. I'm like, nope. He's gonna just have it in there and just play. But yeah, I was like, 'cause there's a lot of movies I'm like, man, I wish I could watch it. I like that type of stuff. I like the dark horror graphic type stuff. It's just I can't watch it. It upsets me. That's why I guess
because I have no one to watch these movies.
That's like when I wrote my book or whatever. Some of those scenes were very graphic and very gory. I was like, because I can't experience it in video format. I'm writing about it.
All you get is video games.
Yeah, video games. I love
video games in the written word.
Yep, that's the way I get to enjoy it. Or stuff that's kind of
artsy stuff. Surprised you don't actually read more though, because there's so many books.
I know,
like right behind you.
I know. I know. I'm just such a slow reader when I read.
You've got like the attention span of a goldfish, don't you?
Yeah, I do. It's like it's like I tell people, I wrote a book. I don't know, y'all probably don't know this, but I wrote a medieval fantasy epic novel, 108,000 word book, first of like a 4-book series if I ever finish it. But I tell people, I was like, this story, as much as I love it, and as much as got a lot of stuff that I like about it, the multitude of characters. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I was like, I like that kind of stuff. Game of Thrones,
I like
characters.
I like Game of Thrones, but there were so many times where I just forgot.
Yeah, at times there's
Game of Thrones. I remembered all the people, but when House of the Dragon came out, I still get everybody mixed up, and I know I'm going to be confused as crap when we start watching the next season. I think it's out now or whatever.
The new series, yeah.
No, the season. Like when's House of the? No, they started the Knights.
Not the Seven Kingdom.
But anyway, I mean,
with Duncan Ed.
I think there's just so many extra people, and I do like having all of the people, but after a while, there's just too much. Like I read the fan fictions and such, and there's one I'm reading, and there's just so many nitty gritty things going on, and like I know what's going on, but I also don't know what's going on because there's just so much to remember. Like what's that one book, the book that you have, Jenna's book.
Oh, the Savior's Champion.
Yeah, when she kept switching back and forth between everybody, like the number and the name and such or whatever, it confused the crap out of me.
I was fine with that.
I couldn't keep up with it.
I can usually keep up, which is weird because I have a terrible memory, but it's usually specific like dates and numbers that confuse me. But like that, I'm fine with. I might forget like somebody's name or like number and stuff like that. But once I start reading, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. It's like most things, I forget. You tell me something, I was like, oh, I forgot about it. But once you say it, I'm like, oh yeah, it kind of triggers my memory. I'm like, I remember now. That's how I know. Like at times,
that's kind of like how I can't. I suck at hearing anyway, but someone will say something to me, and I'll be like, "What?" And they'll start to repeat it, and then my brain is kind of like, it was just it's like a computer. It was processing what they said, and then I knew what they said right after they start, and I'm just like, okay, that's.
I'll be like, what? And they'll start repeating. I'm like, yeah. So what? Like you want to? I was like, yeah, I know. It just my brain.
See, it's one of those. Like my first instinct when someone talks to me now is to say what, even if I know what they said.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have to say what anyway, because even if I know what they said, I know that's not what they said.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I know I like a lot of people, and I know people's complaining about that about my book or whatever. Like, or whatever. That's why I didn't traditionally publish it. I knew there'd be lots. That would be one of them. Yeah. That the pacing and all the stuff they changed. I was like, no, this is how.
It's just hard to find a publisher that'll take you these days.
Yeah, but I was like, I want it this way.
In this day and age, it's just so much easier just to self-publish.
Yeah.
Because there's so many books that I've read and tried to get through. Like I mean, I'm a big Stephen King fan. I've got all the books just about behind you, and I know that his biggest one is the Dark Tower series. And I started reading that series, and I forced myself to get through it because I knew that that's like the center point of all of his books, because everything's connected in one way or another in his entire series.
Kind of like how I want my fantasy stuff to be,
right?
Where it's not completely connected, but within the same world.
But I know I can't remember which one it got to, but I got to one of the stories and I just got stuck. I could not get through it, and I had to literally just force myself to go page by page, and it was just. Yeah. I guess it doesn't help that my boyfriend at the time was also reading it, and then he tells me what happens at the end while I'm halfway through the series, and that just kind of.
You don't like spoilers.
I don't like spoilers. Like there's some things where I'm okay with spoilers. Like watching House of the Dragon, I know what's going to happen because this is like in the past from Game of Thrones and such, so I know what's going to happen because they've alluded to it. But when I was trying to get through,
kind of like how I tell people, like I would like looking up spoilers for stuff at times, especially like Game of Thrones. I watch a lot of YouTube videos.
I mean, with your mental issue also, you probably needed to know at least kind of.
Well, I knew after we'd gotten through some Game of Thrones, I was like, it's not too triggering sound-wise. So I knew mostly I could just kind of close my eyes for that split second or whatever.
Even the Ramsay scenes.
Yeah, I love me some Ramsay.
I'm sure you do, dear.
He's so nice. But
he's not.
But yeah, I know some people would bring it was like, why do you like spoilers or whatever? Doesn't that just ruin the mood? I was like, no, because I can hear somebody talking about it or read it in text or whatever, but it's still got that little bit of a mystery, like how is it actually going to look?
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I don't know, but there's
I know this person's going to die, but how
are they going to, like,
or even if
one person's
how,
experience is different from your experience.
So that's why I've always liked spoilers. I like going in or whatever makes me feel like I know a little extra, I know the secrets.
I guess my issue is that I'm just so flighty about so many things that it just really depends on like what the spoiler is and such. And also, I guess because I was having so much trouble getting through that book that when I found out, hey, this is what happens at the end, I was just like, you just kind of ruined it for me. I still forced myself to get through it though, because that guy was an asshole and I wasn't going to give him the satisfaction. So.
Yeah, I like spoilers on stuff. And it's like whenever I talk to people about my book or whatever, I was like, I'm telling you what happens without you reading it. I was like, you just let me know. I was like, I'm not the type that's like, no, you got to read it. You got to find out. I want to see your reaction. Because I could see your reaction with me telling you.
Yeah.
And that's another thing with the spoilers. I was like, yeah, it might kill the reaction when I'm watching something a little bit. Well, I don't know exactly how it's going to unfold. I just I did. But my reaction to finding out about it the first time through the spoilers is still about, really? That's going to happen. I'm still just as surprised at that point. I was like, might not be while I'm watching the show, but. And then also, if I know something's going to happen that's going to be shocking, I could be like, I want to see how you react. And then I get the joy of me reacting as well as enjoying you react. So, yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it.
Like, you never seen Star Wars? Well, I want to see how you react to Jar Jar. Like, come on. I think you like those weird things.
Jar Jar Binks.
Most perfect Sith Lord right there.
It was something.
I just like the animals. I like the dragons and the animals and the critters.
I know every time I watch the Star Wars without you, or you're at work or something, I see the little ice crystal fox thing in that one.
Little critters.
I was like, Amber would be so cute. I could just imagine you just sitting there and be like, oh, it's so cute.
And I was.
Yeah.
Every time I saw a little critter.
Yeah, it's
every time I see a little bird, I'm like, oh, Derek, look at the bird.
It's a bird.
Look at it. Here it goes, the little fat bird.
And we got little fat dogs.
We little chunky dogs. Well, they're not fat. They're chunky. They're fluffy.
Jolene's healthy weight, maybe a little small on her end, but still.
Trixie's a little overweight, but she's
not much.
Not bad. But anyway, maybe one of these days we can go get us hamburgers, root beer together.
Y'all like hamburgers and root beers?